Wow. Well, I mean, I guess happy birthday and sorry. You have to
No.
you get to spend it with us. Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday, always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And today we have with us an American poet and lyricist who has had works performed by Florida State choirs and cantus with a new collection, Chamomile Clouds, Devondra Banks. Welcome to My Bad Poetry.
Thank you.
It's just a joy to have you, another choral lyricist after Dr. Silvestri.
Yeah.
I tracked down some of these works of yours, the Alleluia for This Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
I would love to have that in any sort of Christmas program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah.
I loved, I was glad I found it. It was a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
So this was a very brief intro to you. Is there anything I might have missed that you want to share with our dear listeners?
Well, that's the gist of it. I write a lot for choral composers. This past summer, I had the opportunity to go actually study with Dr. Charles Anthony Silvestri. And so that's how I've always been a big fan, but that's how we actually met in person. And he's given me some great guidance in writing. And I feel like in just like 1 week, I grew wings and I feel like I'm writing even better now. So I'm excited to continue writing. But of course, looking back at some of my older stuff, I'm like, ooh. It's like the more you know, the worse everything else looks, right? Yeah, but that's pretty much it. This is my second book of poetry. I have a book of poetry called Gems and Debris, and that was post-divorce, a little bit darker. And so Chamomile Clouds is now like my book of poetry where I feel like I reach thoughts of resolve, peace, and acceptance, just about life in general. I'm trying to find joy and light in most things.
Yeah, there's another work of yours, something specifically about joy.
Yes, the poem is called Tears of Joy,
Yes.
but it was set to music by Dr. Christopher Harris, and it's called Joy Never Leaves, and it was performed by the Texas All-State Choir.
Okay, nice. Yeah. I love poets who can infuse those messages of peace and joy in a really hectic world. So that's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't Chamomile Clouds have a subtitle to it?
Yes, hope, peace, and poetry.
Perfect.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that. That sounds like a really needed words for this time. So,
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Yes.
It's been pretty crazy. And I tell people all the time, I turned 43 today, and I have lived many lives in 43 years. I've heard a lot of no's, not yets. I've had yeses that turned into absolutely nots. And so just with navigating life, it's just important to try to find some type of soft place to land. That's what I like to call it. And so these poems are my soft places that I decided to land on so that I wouldn't go crazy.
Love it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, we talked just briefly about these good poems of yours that have come out. Dave, how about you bring us into the realm of bad poetry with whatever you have hastily written for this week?
Yeah, this is not a soft place to land.
Oh,
this
great.
is
Good.
a moron's place to trip, I think. So this is a poem I'm calling A Tooth in the Field. Rural wisdom is something to behold, crude and crass if you find yourself bold, not with wit of Ernest or Oscar Wilde, but something tobacco-y like a Senex sweet and mild. Expect the offense to which you gently reprove, words not for this century, this millennia, remove, philosophy shan't enter when from this speech is born. It will give some nuggets, like don't eat dent corn.
Okay, I'll get some snaps.
That was fun, Dave.
Yeah. Work out in rural Minnesota, and I was talking with a high school student who was speaking with a bit of a lisp because he wanted to know why his grandma always told him not to eat dent corn from the field. So he went out and just took a bite, thinking it'd be like sweet corn, and he lost a tooth on it.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Not the smartest kid around.
Not the smartest decision, at least, but
Right.
an experimental mind. What is dent corn? Can you define that for me? I have no clue what that is.
Oh, come on, Aaron.
I know. I lived out in the prairie for 5 years. I should know.
You grew up in Iowa.
No, Ohio, Dave. Not the
Same thing.
What is dent corn?
Dent corn is like field corn. It's like hard corn, like animal feed.
Oh.
So, like, you try and bite into it and you will lose a tooth.
So I went to my first ever corn maze this past Sunday. So what I was walking through was probably dent corn. It looks kind of hard.
Corn, field corn.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Nice. Well, a word of wisdom. I like that. Don't eat the dent corn. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Again, I think that's a pretty passive aggressive interesting right there.
That's a very Minnesotan way of saying, uh-oh.
It's a good way of saying, yeah, Dave, that sucked.
Well, I was talking about the corn.
Oh, that works
Having the
too.
desire to bite into dent corn is not,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
To lose a tooth. Oof.
yeah.
It's a big sacrifice for curious mind.
Yeah.
Well, Dave has brought us into the realm. You have brought us 3 poems here.
Yes.
I'm curious, is there one that you are wanting to share first?
All right. I am going to share Sharin Ain't Carin.
Okay.
Oh, how I long to be with you. Your absence annoys my preferred position. To greet your face in morning sunlight would be the perfect composition of a love song I could listen to daily without any interruption unless, of course, it is you. You knock on my door when convenience finds your concern. You both ring my bell and cross to and fro about my threshold. A decision should be served at my table along with loyal dishes of commitment and honesty. I realize I've set a table for 2, yet 3 are seated. You consume solely enjoying every bite. She and I share a plate. I'll let you meditate on that.
Yes. There is so much to
So much.
parse here.
Yeah.
Okay. What is going on here?
So when I wrote this poem, I was in a crazy relationship in college.
Okay.
And this was my passive aggressive attempt in letting him know that I know you're cheating on me. I just don't want to come and confront you. So I'm basically describing, my desire to be with this person. Your absence annoys my preferred position. My preferred position is to be solely with this person, but
Sure.
your absence is annoying that.
Yep. Okay.
To greet your face in morning sunlight would be the perfect composition of a love song I could listen to daily without any interruption. And then the whole thing about us sitting at the table and there's a table setting for 2, yet there are 3 people seated. And he's enjoying his meal alone while she and I are sharing the plate, which is him.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's just a
Yeah.
bunch of, to me, now it sounds like womp, womp, womp. It's so much. So many thoughts, like, so many thoughts thrown in there together. And
Yeah,
it's just like, what are we talking about here?
agreed. There's a lot of different metaphors and just
Yeah.
being thrown out there all together.
Yeah.
Some pretty strong-handed metaphor of
Uh-huh.
ringing the bell, crossing to and fro.
Yeah. I don't know. I used to think that I was like Robert Frost and Maya Angelou uh put together, and I now I look back at
Mm.
that poetry and I'm like, what was I doing? What was I doing? I mean, I got my point across, I got my feelings out, should I say,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
now writing more lyric poetry, it always makes me cringe when I read it. Like, oof.
Yeah, this had some clunky moments, I will say.
Yeah.
And one of them is how you rhyme position and composition,
Mm-hmm.
and yet the composition isn't like the end of the line like position was. So it like
Yeah.
the payoff isn't quite there with that rhyme because it flows into the next line.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I have to I have to get a little nitpicky. You say to greet your face would be the preferred composition of a love song without interruption, unless of course it's you. So his face is a song that's perfect without interruption unless he interrupts himself.
Yeah. So yeah, right. It's just again all over the place because that's the place. It definitely speaks to where I was emotionally. So
Right, yeah. It's just being honest about your frustration.
yeah,
Yeah.
when I could have just went to him and said, "I know you're cheating."
Right. I was just
Yeah,
gonna ask, did you share this poem with him as like some subtle confrontation?
I did, and he was just like, "Oh, that's a nice poem." So I was like, "You know what? We're not doing this anymore. We're done." Because and then at that point, I was ticked off because he didn't receive my poem as a message it intended that I had intended for it to be. So yeah, that was in my less mature days.
I love it. I mean, this makes total emotional sense to me. I will put it down as a poem.
So if anybody out there is having a hard time confronting your unfaithful significant other, feel free to use Sharin and Carin.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes. You've given it a purpose. It can be the confrontation poem.
Yeah.
I like that as a subheading, you know, Sharon and Karen, the confrontation poem.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh man.
Oh man,
So yeah.
it's
I feel like that's one of my most questionable poems that I've written in
I'm
earlier
glad you
times.
I'm glad you brought it to this show. This checks all the boxes. Were you going for any sort of? I mean, it feels very free verse, and yet you did work in the position composition rhyme.
Yeah.
Was this a common style you were playing with, or was it you were so emotional it just kind of came out this way, and it was more experimental at this time?
I think it was a culmination of it being like an experimental thing. This was in my early writing days, but then also I was very emotional. And then in my mind, I wanted it to be free verse, but also kind of like a spoken word type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still fairly new to writing with intention. I've always written poetry, even when I was younger, at about 9 years old. But writing with intention, now that's a different thing.
Yeah.
With
Fair.
intention to actually embrace a certain style
Mm-hmm.
and to, embrace certain context and all of that. At that point, I was just like, I'm going to write something and I'm going to read it to him and I'm going to tell him how I feel.
It's gonna
But
be
I'm
about
just going to say it without saying it. So,
say it
yeah.
so obscurely that he doesn't even get it.
It went, yeah. Right.
Not only could you despise him for cheating, now he doesn't get your artistic intent. I mean,
Yeah. So, double-edged sword. You're out of here.
oh wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's more where that came from.
I feel as though the stars might be calling us. You know, like it's written because Mercury is in Gatorade.
Oh,
Yeah?
I think you've read the signs. Yes.
Awesome.
Libras rule.
Libra's rule. What's my favorite color? Of course, I can answer that. I adore the color purple, but as a matter of fact, red and blue are the reason Pretty Purple even exists. So let's be fair and acknowledge this brilliant color twist. How can I forget yellow? You made me glow and smile. You are definitely my favorite and have been for a while. But wait, there's white. You never seem to fade, and when combined with bold, bright hues, beautiful pastels are made. So you say that Libras can't decide. When asked to make a choice, I've chosen here. My choice is clear. Every option has a voice. Libras are fair diplomats whose skills are important tools. Arguments become innocent debates because lovely Libras rule.
I kind of love this poem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
You sure you didn't bring this as a poem you're proud of? Because I would be very proud of this thing.
Exactly. So I don't think this one is necessarily poorly written. The Libra banter cracks me up.
Sure.
Because it's very, very it's very on brand. You ask a Libra a question, which is my sign, and it's like, oh yeah, I like that, but that's also a thing. But then I also like that, so it's a funny poem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very playful.
Adorable. That's
Thank
so
you.
I hopped off camera because I got a book from my friend called A Whale of a Time. And it's just a collection of like kind of children's-ish poetry, but it has a different one for each day.
Okay.
And like every day when I go through it, I go, oh, this is fun and cute and, you know, just a nice way to start my day. That poem fits perfectly within that collection. I think that's hilarious.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, agree. It's playful. I think the structure is very lyrical. It has that kind of sing-songy, very children's rhyme type feel.
Yeah.
What is it about this poem which made you bring it to my bad poetry?
I think because it's so sing-songy,
Okay.
I call it like Dr. Seuss-ish.
Yes,
Like
very
da da da
Seussian.
da 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 da. I think that's what made it fit the bill for me. I was like, oh my goodness.
So you would say that
Yeah.
this is not a style you resonate with most of your poetry.
Yeah, not in these days. So I was like, you know what? It's not terrible, but I'm still gonna bring it just to kind of show the contrast.
Yeah.
And at this point, when I was writing, I feel like my poetry was just all over the place because I was trying to find the style or
Okay.
trying to find my voice in the structure of my words, if that makes any sense. And so I don't know if I still found my voice yet. I feel like this is a part of my voice, but not the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And that, like, it can be structurally sound, all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't feel genuine. It's like authentic to, you
Yeah.
feel like you're almost writing a parody.
Yeah,
And you might
exactly.
not have at the time, but you were trying on that glove or
Yeah,
something. Yeah. Okay.
absolutely.
Huh.
Yep.
Fascinating.
I think you could definitely like figure out who wrote the music for Suzical and submit it to them, see if they want to set it. Because I feel like it fits that bill.
You could do a musical about star signs. Just like write a lyric
Yeah.
poem for each one, and
That's interesting. I actually pitched this to one of my composer friends, and I was like, "Hey, if I write a poem for each zodiac sign, would you be willing to like make a whole work out of it? It could be like a novelty, this whole
yeah,
novelty text, and then you could set
Hmm.
it to music. And I think it would be hilarious if
it
we
would be
embrace
fun.
like all zodiac signs. So
Yeah.
nobody steal my idea.
Okay,
I'm
no.
working on it.
I will try to do that. I'll write poetry based on the
So-
zodiac signs, but it'll suck, so it won't go anywhere.
But yeah, I think it'll be, I feel like in the choral world, some things can be so heavy, they have so much
Mm.
substance. And so I think I wanted to, I don't know, try to bring something to the table that's more lighthearted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially
Yeah.
for like junior high and high school choirs. We don't
Yeah.
all need to be singing Robert Frost Stopping by Woods.
Yeah.
A very kind of contemplative, existential. We can
Hmm.
enjoy some pop and enjoy some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this poem on the positive side, it let me know that because at that point I was writing very heavily. I think this was also my escape from all of the dark stuff that I was writing.
Mm-hmm.
And it also helped me to exercise those creative muscles and try to write something more lighthearted and just outside of whatever I was so deeply sunken in. I call it the sunken place, but
Sure.
yeah. So this was definitely my escape for that. And then so now I've been requested to write a lot of whimsical holiday texts. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can do that. But this poem is a reminder that I
That
can pull
voice
out
is
some
in there.
whimsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got some whimsy. That's for sure. That's fun. So even though it's
Thank
like
you.
not an embarrassing, I mean maybe embarrassing in your eyes, but like it's just a silly little poem in your past can still be kind of inspiration for future whimsy and works.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a work that I would, if I wrote this today, I would be like, everyone read this piece. This is incredible. But that's just my.
Take that with the biggest grain of salt because we both suck at poetry.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Like,
mean, you can listen to any previous episode where I've shared my own, and you would know that this isn't too much of a compliment. But
What would you say your favorite stanza is in this poem?
okay. My favorite, honestly, is the first one because it's like it's a line of reasoning that I would follow if I was like,
Oh.
oh, what's your favorite so and so? Well, this, but actually it's made up of this and this. And so you're purple, but it's red and blue. I love that line.
Okay.
That's exactly where my mind would go if I had to make these kind of arguments. So,
Okay.
yeah, that was fun.
wrong.
Wrong? Oh, okay.
The best stanza is clearly How Can I Forget Yellow?
Uh,
Because just like you're setting up the logical idea of you need red and blue to make purple, but then just like out of thin air. But no! Come on!
yeah. Okay.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, should we get to the last one, which will have to be censored?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, let's. I'm looking forward to this one.
Okay. So the title is F.I.U.G. Can I say what the acronym is for?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. It's F.I.U.G, which is an acronym for Fuck It Up Girl.
Yep.
Yeah, can I ask before we get started?
Yes.
Is this a common acronym? Is this like something that other people would say, or is this the one that you invented?
So people typically say the full phrase, they don't use it as an acronym.
Got it. Okay.
All right. I am the Fuck It Up Girl. If a problem rears its head, I will decapitate it. When disrespect shakes my core, I will regurgitate that which I was fed. I am the Fuck It Up Girl. Don't bother me and I'll oblige. Don't start none, won't be none. Get out of my Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. Miss me with that click clack, rickety rack, all up in my sweet snack. A-B conversation, so see your way the fuck out, cause I am the Fuck It Up Girl.
Oh, well, this is fun in a very different way.
I'll use my general word. It's quite interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Fair.
Yes.
Can I say just right out the gate, my favorite line is if problem rears its head, I will decapitate it.
Yes.
There's so much drama. This
man.
poem screams drama to me. So, yeah.
I mean, I want to ask questions. I want to get into it, but I was told, don't bother me and I'll oblige. So I'm just I'll leave it there. It's been nice talking. See
You're
ya.
seeing your way out of this?
See your way out.
I don't want to get decapitated.
Now, you have in the third stanza, you read it as the original It Up Girl. Now, I don't know if this was a typing error or if this was a spoken error, but you have I am the up girl.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be Fuck It Up Girl.
Okay. I was going to say that kind of changes the meaning of that specific stanza, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to clarify. I just want to Oh, wow. My other favorite part was the rhythm you got at the end there. I mean, with the rickety rack. It was like you were on a train and you were like picking up momentum. You were like, miss me with the click clack, rickety rack, all up in your sweet snack. It was like, that was so fun.
That gets really lyrical, yeah.
Yeah. There feels like there's more intention than that first poem you shared with us, which had a lot of that kind of emotion. Was this written at a different time, maybe a later time?
It was a little later.
A little later? Okay.
Maybe like a year or two after Sharin and Carin.
Okay. So maybe give us some context. What inspired this poem?
So I am very reclusive. I'm an introvert, but once I become comfortable, I can be very extroverted. And I don't always speak my mind immediately if something bothers me. And so this poem is not necessarily true about me. It is me living vicariously through a page. Because I am not this person at all. But in my mind, it's who I wanted to be in the moment. I wanted to go and flip over tables and just, I don't know. I felt like I was embracing who I truly would like to be, but who I have not been called to be at all. I'm a very peaceful, resolved person. I'm always like, okay, how can we figure this out? I taught for 15 years, so I'm always looking for non-confrontational ways to solve problems. But sometimes I hate that about myself. Like, I want to be the person to come in and be like, da da da, you know. And I just, this has never been me. But most of my friends are this person, male or female.
Okay.
And I just love it. And I'm always like, man, I wish I could have just an ounce of that to just walk into a situation immediately and just snap everybody up and then walk out and do a dramatic exit, you know? So that's what this poem is. And it's also rooted in Black culture. So some of the things that we said when we were younger, when you tell someone to get out of your business, is get out of my Kool-Aid. You don't even know the flavor.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
or that's what we would call people if they were just talking nonsense. We were like, oh, that's a bunch of click clack and rickety rack. So that's where a lot of these terms come from. This is an A-B conversation, so see your way out.
I have heard that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So what I do appreciate about the poem is that it has some of those little phrases that I use growing up as a young Black girl with my friends outside eating cool cups and pickles with the peppermint stick stuck in it. And you're like, oh, get out of my business. You know my Kool-Aid. You don't know. You don't know the flavor. So this is, and not necessarily me writing vicariously as an adult, but just I was bullied a little bit when I was younger. And so if I had been this person on the page, I wouldn't have had the issues that I had that I had growing up. So yeah. But it still makes me cringe when I read it. Especially with the F-bombs.
Yes. It's a lot.
No. It feels like those conversations that you can have after of like, oh yeah, I wish in the moment I would have just absolutely destroyed this, but I came up with this. I came up with what I would say 6 days later.
Right. A friend and I were talking about that, and we were saying when it comes to our children, immediately, like hands down, I'm going off, right? But we were just like 3 days later, it's like I'll be like, you know what? She did say that to me, kind of like in a sideways way. That wasn't okay.
You sure?
And when I see her, I'm gonna do da. Or if I see her, which is most of the time, if I see her again, then it's gonna be on and popping.
And then when you do, absolutely nothing.
Absolutely,
and do nothing because you're just sitting there stuck. But I was telling a friend of mine, I think a lot of it, like I have friends who don't think about it at all. They just at the drop of a hat. And me, I'm always thinking about the ramifications, the consequences, all of these things. And I know it's just something that's embedded in me. I don't know what to do with it, but. I don't know. I feel like I tell them off pretty well 3 days later, though.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. When you were describing this as like living vicariously through the page and your first line, I am the fuck it up girl. It almost seems like when like little kids come up with their like superhero persona or something where it's like, I am Batman. It's like you'll never be that, but like you can play. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
This is your superhero persona.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
F.I.U.G. F.I.U.G?
Yeah.
F.I.U.G.
And I could have just put the title as the phrase. I don't know why I was trying to be extra.
That's what I was going to ask because it doesn't really make a word.
That's not a word.
Yes.
Well, but that's kind of why it works for me. Because then it's like you're trying so hard to be this person.
Yeah.
And you're trying so hard that it just falls flat. You don't even use the word.
Exactly.
You have to abbreviate it.
Yeah. Maybe that was my guilt setting in for using the F-bomb. My Baptist family
that PK upbringing, you just
right.
What I'm hearing you saying is you won't shop this one around for like choral arrangers to set.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Unless someone, now I have had people who requested very provocative text.
Sure. And
it would be for something that was performed at like a collegiate level or an adult community choir or something like that, where they wanted to, invoke or provoke whatever thoughts and feelings from people. But I still don't think they will go this far.
I want to use this as an experiment to like if I were trying to do this, so like,
Oh, Dave, please don't try to do this.
oh no, I'm just thinking it would be funny to see like the starting with the confidence, but really backing off of it quickly. You know, like I am the screw it up guy, and if a problem rears its head, I'm gonna do something about it. Like
This is
yeah.
yes. That's exactly it though.
You write fiercely on the page.
And then in real life, like girl, like my grandmother used to say, "You won't bust a grape. Sit down."
That's
My grandmother
good.
used to always say that, and I was like, "What?" Or she would always talk about the dogs who bark behind the fence, but then you take away the fence, and then they're
Yes. Yep.
like, "Yeah."
I love that.
So yeah, that's me. I won't bust a
grape.
grape.
Oh, wow. That should be a sequel to this. You won't
There you
bust a
go.
grape. It's just
Right?
like a response poem, like a diss to the previous.
Yeah. Yeah, to tell the F it up girl to sit down.
Yes.
You know who you are. Just stop it.
You won't
Girl,
bust a
come
grape.
on.
You take the fence down, you run into the doghouse. There's
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
That's hilarious.
I'm so happy that you brought this text. And it really, it does feel like we've seen, and I know like maybe chronologically it wasn't written in this order, but the order in which you shared the poems, we had like the passionate emotion of trying to confront someone who has cheated on you with very like, it took a lot of parsing to figure out what you were doing here. And then we got the lyrical whimsy, and then you mash those two together and you get F.I.U.G.
Right.
If you ever dig up some old journals you said you've been writing since you were 9. So if you ever find any other embarrassing works from the past, you are more than welcome to come back on this show. This was really
Awesome.
fun. But we do need to wrap this up and see ourselves out here. So we have My Bad Poetry. We do end each week with the words of a true poet. So, Devondra, would you be willing to read for us a poem that you are, in fact, very proud of?
Yes. I will read a poem titled Sage. So this is an ode to our elders. I feel like in this society today, we don't revere our elders as much as we used to. They have so much wisdom, and I heard my mom reference one of the elders in our family as sage and having sage wisdom, and so that's what gave me the idea for this poem. So this is Sage. The wrinkles on their hands tell stories of life well lived, wisdom rolled in raw sugar. Sweet and coarse are the words they speak. The bend in their backs shows courage and strength. Life bowed their bodies, but never broke their spirits. The gray in their hair is an icy crown of glory. Lessons learned and honor earned, resting in the roots. They are dipped in grace and mercy, seasoned with sage, and served on silver platters for their lineage to marvel. And should God allow it, one day we too will be.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Is that collection? Is that in one of your published collections?
Yes, it's actually in Chamomile Clouds.
Oh, perfect.
nice.
Oh,
Yes, and
nice.
it's being set to music by a choral conductor and composer named Alyssa Jones.
Okay.
She's actually going to be the Texas All-State Treble Choir director this year, and I met her at the International Choral Composer Institute in North Carolina, and I just decided to reach out to her and send her 2 texts, and she was like, "I love this, absolutely, let's set it to music." So
Nice.
That's awesome.
yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna have to track down a performance of that because the words alone are beautiful. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's supposed to premiere maybe in the spring of next year.
okay,
So
okay.
Very
I'll
cool.
definitely send an email.
Oh, please do,
Yeah.
please do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very cool. This has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go write some of your own bad poetry.
Oh yeah, you are the up girl. Is that not how this works?
Yes, thank you.
Rhyme free doesn't matter.